So I ended up taking no trades today for a couple reasons. But first, we'll start out with news for today. News, we didn't have any high impact news. This can kind of be considered high impact news. Definitely new home sales, but it didn't really affect the market. We didn't get any big candles. But very interesting day. So starting off with the high time frame. So hourly during market open, the big thing was we swept hourly liquidity. We swept out London session highs. And also right at the end of London session, we also took out previous day highs. So my bias was bearish. Again, we still have this new week opening gap down here that's going to get filled in. So my bias was bearish. We were pretty overextended, especially on the hourly and 4 hour. We can see we were very overextended here. So I was thinking short again today as well. So moving on to the 5 minute, we see it was very, very choppy this morning. So I'll mark out where we had market open. We had market open here. We had the macro window open here, and then the macro window closing right here. So we see we don't have a whole lot going on here, especially in the morning. So big thing here that I saw was this bullish order block that we got a breaker block technically formed out of, which was right here. So this was what I was honestly ideally looking for. Was this a complete candle closure below? We got a breaker structure to the downside on the 5 minute. Overall, this looked really good. Same thing over here on ES. Was really looking for this look here, but obviously we see we're just no clear direction, right? London session, we have a clear direction. We sweep out Asia session lows and rally up. We see here we swept out London session highs, and then we're kind of all over the place. So we take these highs out, we form this 5 minute breaker block, we get a 5 minute break of structure to the downside. I was just waiting for a little bit longer into the market open because we see market opens here and we get kind of all this happening at the same time. If this happened earlier, I definitely would have taken a short here. If this happened not at 5 minutes after market open or during market open really, but that just wasn't the case. So we had the macro window opened here, and then we had the macro closure right here. So we see within that time period, pretty much jack shit happened. We're scaling down to the 1 minute time frame. We get that 5 minute breaker block. I'm looking just for continuation to the downside, and we're just not getting it. We're getting too big of retracements back up. We saw this complete candle closure here, which I thought was going to be enough confluence, and again, we're just not getting enough confluences, right? When you see these big retracements back up, typically that's going to mean it's just not the best price action when you see these big retracements, and that's exactly what we were getting pretty much the entire morning. We see within this macro period especially, there's like nothing here. I don't really see where you get a trade here. And also Tradovate was not working. I was going to take a trade on here, and it kept saying that there was here, I'll pull up the file actually, or the screenshot of it. This is what I kept seeing, was this right here. We were having technical issues, so I couldn't even trade this morning. Was not even an option to take a trade because it just simply wasn't. But honestly, there really wasn't anything, especially if you look on the 5 minute here. We see it's just not one clear direction. Usually, at least during the entire morning session, it'll go in one direction, right? Obviously, not the entire day is going to go one way typically, but during at least the morning session, we'll see some sort of a continuation, and we didn't have that. London session looked really good, actually. We see right when the macro opened, honestly, was when we got all that. The macro for the London actually looked really, really good. So, but yeah, for New York session, there just wasn't anything today, and it was annoying for one that this would have been really, really good if this happened like 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later. This would have been perfect, and I would have entered a short here, and it would have smashed take profit, but we just didn't get it. So it was a frustrating day to say the least. We didn't really have anything clean other than this, but this happened just too early into the market. So again, just a rough day. We'll look at news for tomorrow, which looks pretty good. We have nothing. The only thing we have this week is unemployment, I think. And other than that, we're looking good this week, news-wise. But price action-wise is not good. The past week and a half, New York session AM has been really, really choppy. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Just really bad price action, along with Tradovate choosing not to work.